Thanks to NordVPN for sponsoring this video. You can go to nordvpn.com/WheezyWaiter for a crazy holiday deal. Merry Nordmas, am I right? Okay. Well, time to put on this cap again. Get it? It's a recap video! So sometime in the early 2018s, I was making my usual crazy, dumb, pointless, nearly week daily videos for a long time. I'm talking about poop! And then I thought, something needs to change. Not only the content I was making because I was bored with it, and it seemed like a lot of you were bored with it, but also myself, my health, my habits, my beard needed to get bigger, and I came up with a concept of a series of mini documentaries that featured challenges that would help me improve myself. And another one about why people like things, but we're not talking about that. Why did I even mention that? And then when I came up with it, I thought I was brilliant, and then I discovered lots of other people doing it already, but I decided to do it anyway. And the first one I decided to do was the no added sugar challenge for a month. That was in September of 2018, and right at the beginning of that video, I think I explained why I was doing this whole thing pretty well. So let's just show that so I don't have to say things. But I didn't want to listen to what some other schlubs said. I want to find out for myself and be my own schlub. I want to live a long time. I want to have more energy. I want to be in control of what I eat. I want to know what I'm eating. I want to know if what everyone's griping about is correct. It's fun to tell people when they're wrong. And if they're right, it's fun to tell people that think they're wrong that they're wrong. Now, I'm going to recap all of the challenges, what I learned, because it's a good end of the year-y type thing to do. What were the benefits of the sugar video? 1, I don't wear that shirt anymore. Thank you, commenters, for your kind and unkind critiques of it. 2, I still eat less sugar to this day. Occasionally I make exceptions for the sake of smiles, but much less. Same goes for China. Where would you say you are as far as eating sugar now? Square one?
Yeah, square one.
Never mind.
We bought way too much Halloween candy. It's a real problem. I've been thinking that I should probably redo that challenge again.
All right. More about me. Because I still eat less sugar, other benefits include 3, other foods taste sweeter. It's bizarre and it's wonderful. 4, I feel less hungry. Eating sugar makes you feel hungry. So eating less sugar leads to better eating habits and eating even less sugar. Self-perpetuation! And because I eat less sugar, now when I do eat it, sublist, 1, I feel kind of gross in an indescribable kind of way. 2, I have a big spike and then crash. 3, I'm filled with regret. Which leads to more self-perpetuation to eat less sugar.
I got a fever, and the only prescription
is eating less sugar. And finally, because of all these benefits, 5, it probably made my other challenges easier to do, which leads to the next challenge, sort of, because the next challenge isn't eating related, but no internet for a month. Benefits of quitting the internet. 1, I never use Facebook and Instagram anymore at all, unless I'm letting people know about videos I've made. Like, subscribe! 2, I don't use Twitter as much, sometimes. 3, no phone in bed. Sometimes. 4, I remember how awesome reading the newspaper is, though I stopped doing it after the challenge was over. I should probably get back to it. But it's thought that counts. No. 5, I'm definitely more aware of its effects on my mood when I do indulge, and I can more easily remind myself to check myself before I worldwide wreck myself. 6, China totally uses the internet less too. Or
I feel differently now when I go to share something. I'm gonna post that I'm doing a blah blah thing. And then I'm like, why? Because this is not important and nobody cares. Or I'm just trying to brag about something. That doesn't benefit anyone. Like a good picture of our baby, I can't just post it and leave it because people are clicking like. There's this feedback loop and I'm getting this like little thrill. Admire her and admire me and my life, and it's just such a gross thing. It's so wrong.
do you want to do no internet again?
I mean, it's probably not the worst idea ever.
When we weren't on the internet, it was kind of better. Next video. Things I learned from going vegan for a month. 1, I shouldn't suddenly increase my fiber intake by orders of magnitude. I was on average going from 30 some grams of fiber a day to like 70.
Holy hell. Oh my God. That just...
Someone else I talked to had the same reaction. Is that a lot? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, that kind of gave me a little panic attack.
2, it's totally doable. It wasn't that hard to go vegan for me, eventually. 3, I think I eat less meat. I'm definitely more aware of it when I do eat meat, and I try to limit it. I know that many of you will have opinions about whether I should eat less meat or how sustainable it is for my health in the long term, and that's because 4, I'm very aware of all the arguments out there because of all the comments I get in the angriest comment section I may have ever had. I know there's a lot of debate about your health impact, the environment impact, the ethical impact. I will say all the comments that led me down rabbit holes, all the articles I've read, all the experts I've talked to have led me to the opinion that I think we would be better off if we, in general, ate less meat. Extreme arguing on either side I don't think is helpful. One thing I wish I did in the vegan video was go more in depth about actual farming practices, talk to farmers. Maybe that's for a future video. The getting up super early video, I got up at 4:30 a.m. for a week, sort of. In the middle I got sick and I had to postpone. But yeah. Things I learned. 1, I loved it. I loved the me time I got in the morning, and I felt more productive, and I felt like in the end I could do it forever. 2, I didn't do it forever. Soon after I got into the habit, I took a trip to Japan, and the time change threw me off, and I never got back to it. Why didn't I get back to it? I don't know. One of the big things was I missed my evening time with my wife.
Cheers. We're drinking a Dunkelhauser Weikenduken
Dingle bucket.
Dingle Bucket.
In my entire life, I've always been someone who enjoys staying up late. The last person awake, burning the midnight beard oil, as no one says. I still want to figure out how to get up earlier on a regular basis. In the comments of one of my second channel videos about this, Mr. Bradbury said, I know you said getting up earlier gave you some much needed me time, but do you think you would have made as much use of the time if Ada hadn't been in your life? Were your other life commitments a major factor in needing that time to yourself back? By the way, Mr. Bradbury, I love your sci-fi novels. Sucks that you died, but I'm glad to see you can still comment on YouTube as a ghost. Life commitments were definitely a factor, but I don't want to admit that because then I look like a jerk. Next video. Tried to have good posture for a month. Definitely an improvement on my health, mentally and physically. Do you feel like your posture is any better?
Probably not.
Me neither.
I think it's just something I have to keep revisiting to try to get into the habit. Although Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit was not that successful. But next video, I meditated every day for a month. This one truly changed my life, and I'm still doing it, and I love it. Things I learned. 1, I had anxiety I didn't even know I had. If you recall, I talked about how meditation made me realize that I was thinking too much about the stuff I had to get done. I didn't know this about myself until right now. I think I have an addiction to worrying about productivity. 2, I learned how to be more in tune with my moods. I notice when I'm feeling anxious or tired or angry, even when I'm not meditating. The act of meditation just helps me be perceptive about myself, and I love myself, so that's great. 3, meditation is very, 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 very good, and I recommend it.
You ever think of doing it?
Wanna...
Okay, all right, moving on. Sounds like someone needs to meditate.
I tried intermittent fasting for a month. I only ate in the time window of 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and it was great. Another one I found huge benefit from.
Yeah, definitely not interested in that.
Cool. 1, great way for me to lose weight. Comment time. Which diet or exercise challenge yielded the most weight loss? This one. Since the intermittent fasting video several months ago, up until now, I have lost about 15 pounds. I don't get as hungry as often, just like no sugar. I think it's helped me identify when I actually feel hungry rather than just wanting to throw deliciousness in my face.
I could probably benefit from that. Snacking, I'll realize that I was actually like bored or thirsty. My brain's like, eat.
Yeah, it's weird when your brain talks. You have a brain mouth. It sounds more like this, like, because it's going through your head.
It comes out my ears.
Yeah, sometimes I have to like listen to your ear to hear your brain talk. Oh, I heard something. Oh, it's sleeping. Your brain's sleeping.
I think I feel like I have more energy. I'm achieving that, what's the word? The thing that I'm trying to reach. 5, intermittent fasting is very, 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 very good for me. Because I'm not a doctor and because everyone's different, I can't recommend it to everyone, but it really works for this guy, that guy. Intermittent fasting for life! And then the 10,000 steps a day video. Benefits. 1, walking always felt good, no matter how I felt before I went for a walk, no matter how cold it is outside. 2, it's probably the easiest healthy thing you can do if you're able. Walking is a perfectly legitimate exercise. You just don't think about it because it's so simple. It doesn't have to be a 10-mile run or 2 hours at the gym or whatever this guy's doing. Just go for a freaking walk sometimes. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Walk instead of drive. Walk instead of fly. That might be too much walking. But if you're actually like flying like a bird, then that might be good for your arms. But I don't think that's possible for a human yet. And then we tried to go zero waste for a month. Things I learned from going zero waste. 1, the jar, is bullshit based on my research. 2, we learned several easy ways to produce less waste that we're still doing.
Beeswax wrap. I have not touched the plastic wrap since we got that. The milk in the glass jars. We're composting.
3, the reaction to the video was better than I thought it would be. People like the non-extreme approach to just trying to be less wasteful. Next one. I tried different sleep positions for a week.
Sleep positions.
That challenge was silly.
Okay. That's what I wrote.
And now I'll say what I wrote. It was a bad idea. That's all the goal videos. Now I want to answer some questions that some of you had on the second channel, Wheezy News. We made a video about this and I asked you for some questions. Corey Fisher asks, what requires more effort, the challenges or making the videos for them? Definitely making the videos for them. Making videos is a lot of work, trying to make them entertaining, helpful, and do the research. Bigger source of stress for me than the actual challenge. Gotta be honest. Would you do any of the challenges differently knowing what you know now? Yes, sleep positions. I'd probably not do it. Also, I could spend a lot more time on the vegan video and interview people from, actually in general, just more interviews for all of the videos. That's usually just a time issue though. I don't have all the time to find them, go shoot the interview, and edit the interview. My time machine broke a few years ago. I'm working on fixing it. Many of you asked, what would you recommend everyone try? Easiest one to recommend is meditation. If you're able, walking every day. Just feels good. If you're like me, intermittent fasting was great. Afro Seltduck says, has doing these challenges changed the way you think about information you read on the internet or otherwise? Absolutely. I am definitely much more skeptical about every single factoid I find on the internet or in an article or on TV, in the movies. Not just from these challenges, but also that channel, The Good Stuff, where we did a lot of educational stuff. We talked to a lot of experts. Here's what I learned. It seems as if almost nothing is certain, especially with health and diet. 2, beware of anyone who claims to have all the answers. When I have interviewed experts in anything, scientists, doctors, whoever, the common attitude among all of them seems to be, they're not certain. I mean, with some exceptions. I don't think it's just having a lot of facts and knowledge in your head that makes a great scientist or a great thinker an expert. I think it's an ongoing curiosity, drive to find the answers. Always check sources. Most articles I come across either don't have any sources, or they link to bogus articles, or they link to nonsense. 4, read the actual article, not just the headline. I wrote a song about that once. A headline's not in an article, a tweet is not in an article. This is why I think the best way to learn something is by doing it as an experiment of one, and just observing how I feel. I mean, obviously I can't like make nuclear fusion as one person yet, but you know what I mean. Nikki Knickers says, how does your beard feel about all these challenges? Well, let's ask it.
Pretty good.
There you go. Thank you for tagging along with me on all these challenge adventures. 2020, I got some more planned. We're gonna do meal planning, no alcohol, no coffee.
I am going to do it with you. Be a more interesting video because I'm such an unwilling participant.
I might try to make a gourmet meal every night for a month, just so I can learn how to cook. I'm not a good cook. Going to bed at 7 p.m. every night. Already tried that. That video's coming out soon. Do Stephen King's writing schedule every day for a month. Jumpstart a novel or something.
Can't think of any others right now.
Learn to walk on stilts.
Oh,
go spelunking
No.
for a month and
Wow.
never return.
Just be in a cave for a month?
Yeah. Catch a fish with your hands for a month. Be a scarecrow for a month.
Okay.
And the one I'm really excited about, a bunch more that I'm not thinking about right now. Now I'd like to thank our sponsor, NordVPN. They're a virtual private network, and with First Click, their lightweight, user-friendly Chrome browser will secure your browsing in seconds. Basically, it uses thousands of servers, and it gives you an IP address that tells the internet that you are in a different place than you are. In fact, one of the 61 plus countries that you can click on. Just click. It's freaking cold in the Midwest. Let's click on Costa Rica. There we go. That feels the same because it doesn't actually transport you there yet. I've been doing a lot of biking to coffee shops to do work, and that's where the bandits, the brigands, and the marauders can hack in and steal your goods. Your internet goods. So that's why I like to Nord it up, as no one says. But what I mean is use Nord so that it protects me. For a limited time, go to nordvpn.com/WheezyWaiter or use the coupon code WheezyWaiter to get a special holiday deal. Straight from the North Pole, am I right? Get a 3-year plan with 81% off, plus 2 amazing gifts. 4 extra months, plus NordPass Password Manager app. It's worth $194.61, but you don't pay that. It's free. Special holiday deal. Wonderful. Ho, ho, holy crap. The savings. Oh my God. I can't stop talking like this. Go to nordvpn.com/WheezyWaiter. Or use coupon code WheezyWaiter. Deck the halls with Nords of Holly. That's not even a good pun. But I said it anyway. Thank you for watching. Playlist of all of those challenge videos that we talked about. Wow, how relevant is that playlist? Wow. YouTube thinks you'll like that video. You can support me on Patreon, where I do a daily vlog every single weekday, and I punch myself in the face once a month. I do a live stream once a month. I do lots of things. And you can click there to subscribe. You can click there to like. Thank you for a wonderful